Hello everybody and welcome back to some Dominions 5. Let's start from the top. Early summer in the year 3 of the Ascension Wars. I have done this turn and we are going through it. Research in enchantment is completed. So we now have that level 5. Conjuration level 7 is coming up. Ruprecht has cast Akashic Knowledge. Found 3 things this time. The Brigand Lair doesn't give us gems or anything, but it allows us to create villains and lets us understand why there is a lot of unrest in that territory, which I wasn't aware. But then we get 2 nature sites here, I think. We'll have a look at it later. We found a magic site in the ocean, that is Gunthermund, and he has found an Earth 1 gem per turn site. For thanks, found a Water 1 site in the Cerulean Sea. What else? That's all the magic sites. Then there was a battle in Garillion, and if you will recall, this is where Bob went in. So let's see how that goes. This is our setup, and I wasn't expecting much resistance, but apparently there is a little bit of a contingent here from Shenton. We have a fire druid with a fire in a jar. This guy has nothing. They all have some fire gems. Yes, and this guy has a fire in a jar as well. So a total of 5 fire gems, which can be turned into fire elementals here. We have Bob and our fire immune dudes here. So you'd think maybe this is going to be okay. Well, we are casting Strength of Gaia, which is a really good spell. It gives us regeneration, it gives us bark skin, so we have high 27 protection, and Strength of Giants, I think. Enchantment. Yep. But it also gives us susceptible to fire. And that's not a good combination with the dude standing at his back there. Now he's going to cast Elemental Fortitude. Yes. Which I thought this would give us fire resistance, but what it is doing right now is it is negating our fire weakness, right? So Bob is not fire immune at this point in the fight, which means that while he's surrounded by these Abyssians with heat 3, he is suddenly gaining fatigue at an incredible rate. Plus he's casting one more spell. He cast Temper Flesh, which makes him almost invulnerable. He takes half damage from every normal type of attack, which is really, really strong. Yeah. But he's still moving around. His fatigue is rising because he's in between these Abyssians. He's gonna get some attacks in here. But now he's stopped moving. He is above 100 fatigue, which is the point at which your mage will stop moving. And wait for the fatigue to go down. But it's still rising because of the heat. And so, now fire elementals are coming in. And they have more heat than the Abyssians do. Our little hobbits here, they attack the fire elementals. They all get turned into hyenas immediately. And they can't beat the elementals. Now these Abyssians here, they are really strong. And they're running all over the battlefield, attacking stuff on their own. But Bob is on fire. Bob is on fire. And he can't move. He's still gaining fatigue while we are in this fight. And while nothing has been able to hurt him yet, he has more hit points because of his Strength of Spring. It's not good. We rout actually most of the Shenton army. We still have hobbits moving forward into these archers here. Now Bob is finally alone. But his fatigue is at 200, which is the max. Once you get to 200 fatigue, you still take fatigue damage. You get hit point damage instead. And Bob is on fire. And this fire elemental, well, it's going away. Okay. So now it's lowering. Bob's fatigue is lowering. 195. But our Abyssinians are now running. Fireballs being thrown. They actually hit their own guys with fireballs, and now they're running. So it's a very close fight. Bob is down to 185 fatigue, but he is routed as well. He's failed his morale check, and he wants to try to run away, but he can't because he is overly fatigued. Now he is gaining fatigue back at the moment. Down to 185. That's all good and well, but in comes a fire elemental. This one actually passes by him. He's still gaining or lowering fatigue. But this fire elemental here is set on Bob. He's down to 170. But he's immediately put on fire again. And his fatigue is now not falling. It's actually still falling, okay. But he's not regrowing. And he's burning. He's being attacked. Oh, he is healing a little bit still, but it's just not enough. I sped it up here. Yeah. And that's the end of Bob. So that happened. I did not account for the fact that, of course, bark skin makes you susceptible to fire. So Bob, the Titan of Death and Rebirth, died because he couldn't stand the heat. Simple fire resistance item would have negated this entirely. Not putting him next to a squad of lavaborns would have probably negated this entirely. Because if he had no fatigue going into a fight versus one of the fire elementals, I think he would have been able to hit him and destroy them. He hits like a truck with magic weapons, so he would have killed them. But instead he ends up dying. Because he couldn't move because of his own lavaborn infantry that I put behind him. If I put them up front, they would have just ran ahead and he would have been behind casting spells. But I was so sure we would have fire protection on Bob. It's just not really what happened. So that happened. Our god died. It's not the end of the game. It's not the end of the game. He loses the... Oh, I'm gonna go in again. We had the black steel full plate. We can make a new one, but this one here is 40 gems. We only spend 38 on it, but still, and then this one here. So it's like almost 60 gems worth of items we've lost. So bad, and our god is dead. So bad. We can call him back, and we will, but and not to mention that we lose these items, and Shanton has a chance of finding them. If he finds that skull mask after the fight, he can actually use it. I don't know. That's bad. Wow, oops. So now I'm a little bit flustered. I was not in a good mood when I initially did this turn, I'll admit. This is us raiding Shanton, and we just kill his promised defense behind the enemy lines here. Then there was a battle in the soaked earth. The swarm near our north, where there's nothing here, but we are casting all sorts of spells here. Oh yeah, we actually lose a dude. Don't we? Why do we lose a dude here? I'm not sure I understand why we lose a dude. Oh, because the fire elemental stays here. Are you kidding me? All these fire things are really screwing us up. Yeah, it put this guy on fire. Now he's gonna die from the fire elemental just standing there. Are you kidding me? No, that's so stupid. Why? So we lose one fellow of the penultimate secret here because the fire elemental couldn't move forward. Jesus, this is a bad turn. But we won the fight at least. Then there was a battle in Devil's Pond. We are attacking Shanton in 2 sea provinces. I don't think... There's nothing here. No. No losses. Holy Sea, the province next to it. our underwater army. Nothing, and we didn't lose anything. There's a battle in Black Harbor. This is Quantum attacking us in the Black Harbor. That was his army in the southern province with the Thanes here. But we were accounting for him to maybe move in here, and we've caught him. So we have a decently sized army here. These guys are pretty rough, as you've seen. We're releasing an Earth Elemental. We have our Barbarians coming in. Lots of little hobbits. Oh, and Clovis ends up at the front line here, casting his spells, but now he has to fight. I need to give him a different script, because apparently he is a little bit too bold at this point. Oh, but here comes our flanking cavalry, and they will kill the leaders, I think. So they are routed now, yeah. And then we just swarm them and kill them. No one will get away here. So just some free experience for our dudes. We lose 5 barbarians and 2 released lancers. Not a bad trade for us here. We've taken control of the province of Olier. That's the one they were coming from. They didn't leave any province defense behind. Then we see a battle between Shenton and Tinium, and this is an interesting one. Shenton has these 2 dudes here. We've seen them before, but I'm not going to spoil anything. They are... we have no weakness with a smiley, and Crab of Spring, the Archdruid of the Hawks. And they are going to be taking on this small army here. They're casting Personal Regeneration, Mistform. Mistform giving them... what? Physical alt into mist and vapors. This state is very difficult to harm. All attacks made against it will only do 1 point of damage. Wow. Really all? This enchantment ends if the being is struck by an exceptionally hard blow. Okay. Interesting. So they both have that and personal regeneration. One of them have a ring of regeneration as well. So he has regeneration 20. That's not a lot out of 12 hit points. So yeah. They casted large on themselves, and now they're larger. Have a little bit more hit points. Here they are getting hit and they are getting killed. Gift of flight so they can fly now. One of them can. But then when they die, they turn into this crab. Cave crab. That's his thing here. So now you have this item, or this creature here who has regeneration 10% out of 51. He lost his mist form. But this guy is super strong. 22 protection, good attack. So he has this mages that he just goes to go in and cast some buffs on his dudes, and then they turn into crabs. And they are regenerating. They are surrounded here pretty quickly though, and I think even the archers, they do some decent work here. They are actually really trying to hurt these guys. But there comes the other guy. He's now a crab too. Does the item carry over? It does, yes. So it has 20% regeneration on that guy. Yeah, and as you can tell, that makes it really hard for Tinium to actually get the work done here. They aren't really taking damage. I'll speed it up. They do get some good hits on one of them, and he ends up routing. But this guy is the one with 20 regeneration. 15 per turn here, and eventually some of the guys will rout. He's surrounded, but they're just not getting through the regeneration. And then sometimes they get a good hit on him, but it's not even close. So he takes that province from Atinium with those 2 Druids of the Hawk. Shenton is a very strong nation in this game. I have to admit. Then there was a battle in the Hailmire. That's again us attacking. It's another raiding party behind enemy lines. There's actually a little bit of units here. Let's speed it up a little bit. We have these guys attacking rear, so they come in and kill the leader. And then everything routes. And that was pretty effective. We lost 4 units. Okay, so it's not a perfect victory, but it's decent. Then there was a battle in Portis. And I think this is just that one guy was left behind to siege. Yep, so they are now clearing the siege with a smallish army. An unexpected event has occurred in the Holy See. The sea is being polluted by the crowded settlements in this province. 1 death, 450 people left. So that lowers the income. And we get 1 air gem in this province. Whatever. A worldwide event has occurred. The stars are right for enchantments. Worldwide enchantment rituals are cheaper this month. So we will be casting some enchantment rituals, because why not? It's a 20% discount. We found some brigands, and we have bought some mercenaries in here. Right, so this is our turn to have a look at. And let's start. I don't know where to start. We'll start with that in here. Well, we can look at where the Bob died. Ironically, the only battle we lost this turn is the one where our god was leading the charge. Every other battle we won, but the one where Bob was participating, we lost, because I was a huge fool and a big noob. I should have seen this coming, and lesson learned. Now, if you recall, we have our special priests that I talked about at the very start. They have the elegist traits that an elegist is adept at calling the god back. The value of this ability is added to the priest level when performing Call God. Good. And we don't have any here right now, but over here we have Call God, and this. So this every priest level dude can do it. And Gunderic will not be doing it because he needs to lead the charge here, but Theoderic counts as 1 priest level for calling the god back, but Balthasar actually counts as 4 priest levels. So we're doing it here, we're doing it with Lothar here, we're doing it with Ruprecht here. I think those are the ones though. We have 2 here, but we've spotted in here. This army consists mainly of barbarians, serpent knight, and disciples of lightning. A huge mother of monsters was seen towering over the army. The army is commanded by adulation of the writhing flesh, the mother of monsters, who radiates power. This is the god of Shanton. He's right here. And I don't think... Maybe Bob could have challenged her in the melee, but we don't have Bob anymore, and I don't even know if we have anything in our roster that can kill this lady, this god. So if he decides to move that up and advance, we will have to pull back into this fort here. So that's what I'm doing. Everything in here, moving into the fort. Oh, and I need to sneeze, excuse me. And I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, so everything in here we need to pull back. It's not really a province worth keeping. We found a White Man Hill, which is 1 nature gem. By doing this raiding, even if we don't keep the provinces, we are gaining the income from this province and the magic sites this turn. Same here. We don't get the income from this one because it's not connected to our territories, but we get the... I don't know if we get the gems, but more importantly, Shanton does not. Same here. This one is actually connected to our provinces because we can connect through the waters. We get the 69 income here. We took this income here from Shanton, so that's nice. All in all, we've advanced in the war here, and I think Tinium has taken these provinces here. He took this one back. We see the army of Shanton over here. So far in the war, we are winning out over Shanton. Quantum is still... Well, he's still alive. I'm wondering if Shanton is going for Quantum's capital, but most likely not. I am assuming he would go for Tinium. Probably they will be talking now and allying. So I will probably have to deal with Quantum at this point, which I do not know if I can. But for now, he's staying in his capital. Maybe he won't want to ally with Jensen, that's our hope. He will most likely not accept a ceasefire from me, I would assume. But we will just try to keep this fort, and I'm just patrolling our land here. This army of ghouls have moved back from here to here. I'm assuming he will go for the caves, so we are sending the buried initiates and some undead in here to just counter this small contingent. Then we're sending a Maleric up there into the fort because he does have some nice items and gems. I don't want to lose him. And we're patrolling in here. The unrest is up to 97. So yeah, we are casting. Well, let's cover the rest of the troop movements in here. We are attacking in there. He might boost the province defenses in neighboring provinces, but this is actually a decent army, and the running around and attacking rear is pretty efficient against province defense. So I'm counting on we can trick this province. If we take this province, Shenton is cut off. This part of Shenton is cut off from the rest of his territories, at least unless something else happens to Atinium's territories here, which means he would not be able to draw income from these territories down here, effectively crippling his economy further. We're also taking this province here with everything we have in here that can move and is not calling a god right now, with mercenaries and yeah, everything except Farnobius, who will be running back to help with some logistics. So we're moving in here. I don't think anything Shenton has in there can stop this army. It's just a mass of different troops. We have the mercenaries up front. We have one hill. Is that a hill giant? It's a hill giant, yeah. In the mix. Down here, we can cover this guy here. He's gonna. So once you've done a sneak attack like this, they are deep in enemy territory. You can attack further, but like these guys are doing here. But we can also just sneak away and disappear into the shadows. And that's exactly what we will do here. We will not take the risk of attacking in here. But he might be doing some troop movements in this direction. That might be a mistake. I could probably attack. But up here we are then, from the water, Locus is going to grab every undead and the amphibious units and walk on to land to take this province from him. So we are not advancing in the water right now. We're going to move for thanks down here to the side search and get some more logistics, getting troops up front. We're recruiting a little bit of units down here in our new provinces, and we will push on next turn. But I want to just grab this one up here just to raid him. Yep, that's going to be annoying to him, I hope. Really bad if we lose Malocus to this. Maybe he'll see it coming, but maybe not. Okay, then let's see. What else? We're just doing logistics in the water there. Moving 5th gear up here. A lot of units are moving towards Jebero here. Or the other way around to go out and get new units. Who's moving down there? You are. Because you want to go and grab the new cavemen from down there. Sik will move out and keep side searching for water. We can't use the water gems now, so that's fine. We're building a lab in here, and that took up most of our money this turn. So I've had to cancel recruitment down here. I've cancelled recruitment most of these water provinces down here for now. Yeah, we have to start using our money. We have to have a lab up here. That's it, and then we can. If he starts advancing with a good army here, we will start spawning a ton of units in here with our mages. Then I'm just gonna start spending gems to summon units to get an army going in here that can maybe hold his back here, some monsters or something, because we really need the firepower. But I'm thinking he will stay in the fort, probably. Probably. We'll see. Alright. But we do have this nice group moving up. They can't move that far, so they are moving up here right now. They will be able to reinforce here next turn. And these hill giants can definitely probably hurt the god at least. I'm not sure it will be enough, but we'll see. Good. Let's talk about rituals. We have a specific ritual here called the Pale Riders. These are enchantment rituals that this guy can cast at least. And we have Pale Riders here. These are long dead horsemen, so undead cavalry. You get 20 in one casting. It's pretty good. And it's discounted by 20% for this month, so we will be casting that. We're doing the same over here with Gunthermund. That's the only really good enchantment rituals he can cast. We're casting Vile Water over here. It's only going to be 1 gem discount, because it's only 4 gem normally, but whatever, it's 1 gem discount. I'll take it. And it's Vile Water is it's a gelatinous cube, which is kind of cool. You can send that forward and attack, whatever. Doing it. What else? I feel like there was one more. Yeah, so Psyche Bird here will be casting Twiceborn. We could do that with more people. Like I might, I'm gonna set this and I'm gonna... Yeah, you know what, let's cast Twiceborn one more time. Because it's cheaper this month. We do want that on more mages. Yeah, sure, let's do it. For 8 gems. And they're gonna become a white like this guy, which is not half bad. Yeah. Forging. Let's see. We are forging an amulet of anti-magic here. Starshine Skullcap, because I gave a Starshine Skullcap to this guy, Arnold, who will be grabbing Thistle Mace and the Starshine Skullcap, and then the amulet of water breathing, and he will move into the water and start side searching for this little set of skills here. I think that's worth it, getting all these provinces searched for nature and astral, a little bit of fire. We are forging an amulet of resilience up here. Axe of sharpness here. A new skull staff here because we have to send one away. Yeah, we're giving our some of our weapons out now to some of our dudes. Same with the patroller here. And it's a big risk because if we lose them, it would suck. But I'm counting on that not happening. We can have a look at the messages that I'm sending. So yeah, I guess Bob was just really tired from the heat. I could have sworn he cast an elemental spell against that or something. I actually wrote that before I reviewed the battle, and that's because I cast a Barkskin, of course. So yeah, we're sending the Dwarven Hammer to Avast and the Skull Staff to Avast in trading with 5 Death Gems and a Fire Booster Helmet from him. We should probably have a look at this script that I'm doing in here, which, looking at it right now, I'm not very proud of it. This is if he comes in with his mages that he had in there. He's not going to come in there with just his mages. That's too risky for him. We definitely have, we have all our buried initiates here. Doing move and patrol or patrol. They will be casting Temper Flesh, 1 Earth Elemental, and Iron Skin, and cast, and then attack closest. Yeah. This guy is continually searching. I didn't show... This was where we found... we cast Akashic Knowledge. Now this province completely searched. We have Unrest increased by 5, and a recruitment of villains So that's why unrest is increasing in here, which is really annoying. But it is what it is. It's not a high income province. Now we are getting 3 nature gems, okay, in here per turn. So that's not nothing. But that's not affected by unrest. Income is. I wish I could see how much exactly. And the value of 101 makes it possible to recruit troops here. Okay. We're almost at 100 unrest here. But we have a lot of patrollers in here now, so we will... Oh, why is he defending? Oh. Ew. Pale Riders and Pale Riders. Oh boy. Almost cancelled those. We are blood hunting with Gelimer here, and we are blood hunting with Ernst over here. So we're getting a little bit of blood income. Not sure what I'm gonna spend it on yet, but you know, having it around can't hurt. Research, we are down to 546 now. So it'll be 2 turns before we get Conjuration level 7. And then I'm not sure what we will go for at this point. I wanna go for Conjuration level 8. Maybe we go for 1 level of evocation. There's just not anything here that I really need. Solar rays is not bad. Do we have a level 2 astral dude over here? No. See, that's the problem. We aren't really using those dudes. Enchantment level 6. Is there anything here? Living statues. That might not be half bad. We can do those. We can do hidden in sand. Oh, we can do hidden in sand and hidden underneath. Can only be cast in wastelands. A Dust King. Oh. Oh. Can only be cast in caves. We definitely have that. 75. Now that's interesting. I don't know. I've had a look at those before in another nation, but I never thought to cast them. But we actually have the tools. I have to go and look up what they are actually good for. They might be worth casting. It would be a few turns, but it's fine. We could save up for one of those if it's worth it. Interesting. I'm gonna have a look at that in the mod inspector. So I may come back and change, but it doesn't matter for the research this turn. Otherwise, I want to go to Conjuration 8, because when Bob comes back, I need him to cast the Well of Misery, where we get 21 death gems per turn. If we ever get that up, that would be amazing. Yep. Tax revenue is increased in all provinces in the world, and I think at this point in the game, we are the biggest nation. Shanton has shrunk a little bit, and I have grown a little bit, and we are definitely the biggest nation at this point in time. And I feel like all of it is mine. At some point, someone is gonna be sour and gonna stab us in the back. Avas is moving in here towards Frostbot, but he still has a way to go. Frostbot is holding on against 2 nations very well. He hasn't responded to my request to help him. But maybe we would if we could. I'm just concerned with growing our empire and collecting a lot of gems. And yeah, our core here is the important part. All of this up here is sort of contingent. This down here is, I don't really consider it ours, but this has been ours for a long time. Not this part. Huh. But people could easily take this from us. This army from Avas and this army from Shenton are the 2 big armies that we see in the game right now. Then we have one from Kuntum here that we've seen in effect as well. So he keeps growing that one right now, and Atinium still thinks that he can beat this army from Shenton. I'm hoping he is right. He must have some more armies around. We see some Atinium club bandits in there, but that's about it. Okay, I'm scrolling around all over the place, but I think we've covered everything at this point in time here. Did I miss anything? Oh no, look at this. Because we were looking at the spells, I've had cancelled all of them. So now I'm gonna go through... No, okay. Herman is the only one not doing anything. Even all of our scouts are moving. Getting the lab up here is gonna be really nice. Also for maybe assaulting this later, if that is ever gonna be a thing. Shenton's capital is right here, so... I don't know what I was ever thinking about getting this. He would just take it from us. We have to deal with Shenton somehow. If Atinian can handle the army here, then maybe, because I'm pushing in here and up here now, I'm pressuring him from all sides, and Atinian is pressing him here. If he moves the army down into his territories here, then that's going to be Atinian's problem, but then I think most of Shenton will fall. Mostly from this army coming in here. When he sees this army, he might move up, and he might move up here this turn. Moving here would be a pretty good move for him with this army. At this point, at which point I'm not sure what I will do with this army. We might have to move back, or probably send the mercenaries here, and then disperse our valuable troops back to the Grain Gate. Something like that. I would also like... We're going to patrol in here at least one more turn. I hope to catch his troops down here, Quantum. But then we should make an concerted effort to go in here, which we can in one turn. And if we meet his army, it's not going to be good, but is he really going to send the whole thing out when if this army goes down there, then he's going to stay here for sure. If it's up here, he might start to feel bold. And it's tough to tell. These provinces are giving us some valuable income at this point. I shouldn't be spending money on these province defenses though. Go down to 2 in there. Yeah, so I'm always doing this, and I shouldn't. It's pretty cheap, I guess. We'll do it here because it's the most exposed territory. That gave us a little bit of gold back. I'll save it. This turn we were able to recruit a female of the penultimate secret, but that's it. No other mages. Though I think... No, this is not what we bought this turn. Yeah, that's it for this episode, I think. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned. I hope we can do better in the war against Shenton. A lot will be determined in what Shenton does over here, and how we respond to that in the coming turns. Same here. It's also important, and the thing is, you can't focus on one front. You have to have all fronts in mind at the same time and balance it in some way, and I'm not skilled in doing this at all. Deathballing like this is not going to be good for us, so I think the raiding in as many provinces as possible is our way to go. Yeah, wish me luck, and see you next time. Bye-bye!